P2P, which is typically of what Bitbata does. And yeah, you can also find even different forms of exchanges that currently do off-ramp, on-ramp, including what Binance, what was it? Sorry about that.
Boundless Pay.
Boundless Pay does, right? So those are different forms of exchanges that you can find around, different forms of payment method, payment rails that exist.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Mr. Etienne, for that introduction. So now we understand what P2P marketplaces are, what crypto exchanges are, and all of that. So we're just going to be diving in. So we're talking about African cryptocurrency exchanges. And what we mean by African cryptocurrency exchanges are exchanges that are actually built by Africans for Africa. Like Mr. Peter here has built Boundless Pay, Mr. Etienne here has built Bitbata, but there are several other crypto exchanges, some that are not built by us Africans. So we're looking at the African space, and that's why I'm going to be throwing this next question to Mr. Franklin. So why is it important for us to have our own local cryptocurrency exchanges as opposed to using the international platforms out there? What's the importance for us in our own ecosystem?
All right, thank you for that question. Just like Etienne said, I've operated so many exchanges. Now, that brings me back to the first project I built. It was BitFXT. It was an idea that came out of the need for people to be able to interact directly with their Naira. So I remember the first exchange I traded with was Bitrex, back in the days. How many of you have heard about Bitrex? Okay, so it was once upon a time the biggest exchange. Binance was not even born as of then, right? And that was the exchange most of the people I taught those days, because I had seminars and I was teaching people in 2015. And I realized that most of those seminars, when I talk about blockchain and cryptocurrencies and the opportunities that exist therein, most of the people found it difficult moving from their fiat currency into crypto, right? So the way it was this: you have Naira, you want to start trading because you know it's profitable, right? The first thing you do is to look for a local exchanger that will sell USDT or Bitcoin to you. So those days there were WhatsApp groups. It was very rampant in 2015. WhatsApp groups, people would, there would be an admin that would facilitate the transaction between buyers and sellers. So there would be a buyer in the group, there's a seller in the group. As a buyer, you send the money to the admin. The admin confirms that he has received the money, and then he tells the seller to now manually send the money to the buyer. And once that transaction is completed, the admin now sends the Naira to the seller and then takes his transaction fee. But then, towards ending of 2015, there were lots of exit scams in these WhatsApp groups. So what happens is this: an admin opens a WhatsApp group, adds people, those people start sending money to the admin, for him to facilitate the transaction. Admin does what he should. Was that my voice? And then builds trust with the people. Over time, when somebody now sends huge sum of money to his account, what you see is admin left the group. How many of you experienced that? None of you. These are newbies here. Okay, but I believe most people in the front saw those things then. So that was why I came up with the idea of how can we have an exchange where people can directly trade, fund their account with Naira and trade Naira against Bitcoin and Ethereum and the rest of it. So so that was it. And over time there were other exchanges like that before Binance now came into the space and disrupted the entire space. So most of us that built such kind of exchange could not outcompete Binance, and so we had to start evolving into something else, and we evolved into Boundless Pay. So that was the scene there. There was need for, when the president was speaking, he talked about adoption, right? For adoption to happen, there has to be an easy movement from where you are to where you want to be, correct? You cannot adopt a technology you can't even interact with. So there is need for local players to build solutions that the local people can easily interact with. If not, we'll all be spectators. And the truth is that no matter how we look at the industry, it's moving, it's here. An industry that have lasted for a decade, I don't think it's going anywhere. Do you think blockchain is going anywhere? It's not going anywhere. It can only get stronger and better. It can only learn from its own mistake, evolve through it, and become better. So those of us who are founders in the space, our task is to build solutions that interact with the people. Unfortunately, in 2021, there's what we call the CBN love letter, right? Most of us built platforms. My platform was directly integrated with banks. We had partnership with about 2 different banks back then. I was issuing ATM cards, physical ATM cards to people in 2021, with which they were able to cash out money from ATMs across Nigeria. But unfortunately, that love letter, which was the CBN letter to banks instructing them to desist from working with any company that has anything to do with cryptocurrencies or blockchain. And that was how that particular innovation went down the drain. If that didn't happen, maybe that platform I built, which is still Boundless Pay, was the first version of Boundless Pay, that platform would have become way better and stronger, growing through that process, right? But today we have to find a different way to do what we are doing, while hoping that in the future the government would bring that, revoke that letter. So those of us who are local founders, it's our job to build things that interact with that people can easily interact with, and get them to flow alongside with other people around the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Franklin. So you mentioned something about trust. I'm going to be coming back to that. But I want to ask a question to Mr. Chris, who is joining us virtually. So Mr. Chris has been doing a lot of work with regards crypto education, educating people in crypto. So my question is, how has local exchanges been able to educate, how has local exchange been able to educate Nigerians? How have they helped in terms of financial inclusion? Do you think they've done a good job, or there's still more work to be done? Mr. Chris, can you hear us?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
I can hear you. Not sure. Echoing.
Okay. So, well, I think I lost them. I don't know.
Can you hear us, Mr. Chris?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Oh, okay. So you said, what's the role local exchanges have played in? So basically, first of all, if you look at the entire chain for inclusion, or I use education. Please, I don't know. Is there able to repeat that question again? Let me get it well, because I had exchanges, I had financial inclusion, I had education. Please.
Okay, so my question is, how has local
Local,
exchanges... How has local
not
exchanges been
getting
able
you.
to... The question is, how has local exchanges been able to help Nigerians be more financially included in terms of education?
Okay, so I don't think local exchanges have done that job per se. Majority of what exchanges do in Nigeria, in the real sense, is basically the buy and sell, and be the platform for the go-to platform for exchanging your Bitcoin or your crypto to fiat, and which is first their primary objective, and I'll say their primary purpose, which they've been doing. But when it comes to injecting that support for education, I do not think, I have to be frank here, except if my other guys who are on the panel will say, okay, this is the thing they've done. And quietly, it's quite challenging, because first of all, the terrain doesn't even allow you to operate smoothly first before you even talk of pushing in those fundings for education. first of all, we also need to understand that uh, exchanges just rely basically on majorly OTC business. People buy, people sell, get their this thing done, and I think that's the entire chain that they work with. Okay, so sometimes they may not necessarily see the need to start funding education because they feel as long as we have the volume in money, naira or crypto, let's focus on that. Well, one of the things I'll tell crypto companies, whether you are in exchange or not in exchange, is that at the end of the day, there are certain things you should make a priority to fund. Research, education, and development. Another one is government advocacy. We have to be intentional about funding these major things because to build the future of this industry, we will need to do all these things to build the future of this industry. So if it's up to us, we will have to do that. So exchanges should fund association. Exchanges should fund education. Exchanges or crypto companies should fund research. Okay, let's not just wait until something happens. Let's come up with our own chains and different things like that. See what the likes of Coinbase is doing with a new chain called Base. Okay, let's come together and fund. So not necessarily until one exchange is hit. Let's exchanges, let companies, let crypto companies, let founders come together and say let's fund this advocacy, let's fund these meetings with government, let's fund this education and all that. And I think that's my contribution for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chris Annie. So I know you've been doing a lot of work in crypto education. Can you just talk a little about your work educating people and getting more people into the crypto space?
So I started way back in 2016 when I started with a simple PDF. I titled the PDF "What is Bitcoin" and another one, the ABC of cryptocurrency. So I know that I'm one of the dedicated teachers in the cryptocurrency industry that has onboarded me. So 2016, what we used to do, 20, which I don't do now, I don't do often now, but from 2016 till 2020, before COVID, the strategy was simple. We would maybe I want to teach about Bitcoin and get people to open wallets. So, like Franklin said, if you knew about Bittrex, then there were no local platforms wanted to promote or say, okay, we have our own exchange or wallet, let's promote. So then we will go to radio station. I remember one of my first meetings in Kwara State, Ilorin, and I just go to a radio station, tell them my name is Chris, organize a hall, have 100 people in that hall the next day, give them the free access to my ebook, then what is Bitcoin and ABC of cryptocurrency, and like that. So we do that through seminars. Then later on, I went on to found a platform called Crypto Hub. Crypto Hub is the first online education platform people could see where you could learn Bitcoin and crypto in on a website. Okay, so I had that going. And I remember when I was traveling to the north, places like Kano, to reach out to business communities, traditional business communities, telling them about crypto, both the Hausas, the Igbo communities too there. I did the same thing too, Benin, different parts of the country. But you can't scale without technology. So the thing is, I had to learn like, okay, instead of just traveling, teaching people around, let's have that platform where people can just log in on the website and learn and all that. So I do that through YouTube videos, I do that through teachings, and later on converted some of the basic knowledge of crypto I have and converted to a book called Crypto 101. In 2018, I later even had to open like a blockchain hub. That was the goal then. All the money I sold my Bitcoin at $17,000. Uh, the laptop the MacBook I was buying then was one MacBook. Then the other ones I invested in opening a hub in Lagos, so people could come physically to learn, and from there we could do videos to reach out to people. And it was even that platform that made me think of down building an online education platform called Daba, where people can now learn Daba.school. For those of you who want to see it, www.daba.school. And so, yes, so going on, I've been contributing in seminars, events, programs like this. And it was even a big when Siban, even one of the reasons why Siban was founded was also for the same advocacy, getting the industry together, making sure that people know what this blockchain thing is all about across the country. But at the same time, unify the stakeholders, unify the founders, the players in the industry, and see that we have something big from Nigeria to the rest of the world. So yeah, even beyond Nigeria, I can remember way back in 2018 when I hosted my first meetup in Dubai. I was just a gathering of, let me just go and share with people what this whole blockchain thing is about. So we're just somewhere in Dubai Mall. We had one kind of dining table. We gathered people from different countries, France, and we just got together. Next, we started talking about blockchain and the future of cryptocurrency. So these are some of the amazing works we've done. Places like even Benin Republic, we've gone sample the what they call it, sample their local market and see what they have going on and see educate them. Ghana, Togo, and places like that. So yeah, these are some of the works we've been able to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. So my next question goes to Mr. Sheo. Mr. Sheo, I want to ask this question. Do you think African crypto traders have trust in our local currency exchanges? And if they don't, how can we build this trust?
That's for Shane, right?
Mr. Sheo, are you available?
Is that
Yes.
I mean, technically, driving on the success that a lot of local exchanges have had over the years, I can clearly say that yes, local users and even international users have trust in Nigerian exchanges. The reason being, if there's no trust, definitely these exchanges or we as exchanges will not be in business. However, there have been bad actors within the space. There have been a lot of people have been burnt in different ways, which then, of course, goes to the point where it's very important for user education. So it's not just about exchanges making money. It's about educating the users, making them understand why they should trust in local exchanges, because we primarily understand the way people do business in Nigeria and and across Africa. We're able to provide solutions to those businesses. There's always a trust deficiency, no matter how big the exchange is, even at the cryptocurrency industry as a whole. But of course, it's left to us to ensure that we educate people regularly. And we also make sure that we make transparency, which is one of the key underlying concepts of blockchain technology, transparency to our users, so they know, if we have any issues or any challenges, to carry them along, from time to time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sheon. So my next question is regarding government regulation. And thank God we have government stakeholders here. So for you guys as founders, how do you think the government can help make your work better?
All right. So just like I said when I spoke earlier, you can see how just one letter from the government made a lot of businesses to go down in 2021. And that's how powerful government is. If government comes out tomorrow and says, hey, this is how we're going to be supporting blockchain, this is, you guys can continue with what you're doing, but this is how you should do it. People running businesses in this industry would be able to thrive better, because even up until now, there are people you'd talk to about blockchain or your business, and they tell you that as far as the government is not fully backing it, they are not interested, right? And that is them missing out on an ongoing revolution. So for me, my platform is mostly a fintech platform that has a little to do with that has something to do with blockchain as well. So if there is a form of a license that government issues that would allow us to easily get partnerships with banks, that would help us a great deal. Secondly, if the government finds a way to allow blockchain as a topic or a course of study to be integrated into our curriculum in schools. People would now get to learn better from a more organized institute or institution, and it wouldn't be too difficult for those of us in the industry to, get across to them. One more thing that would do is that most of us who are here in the industry, we are very much given to the industry. We are happy to give back to the industry by educating. So we are happy to work with the government to advocate, to educate, to go back into universities as visiting lecturers like Etienne to educate on this topic. So that's that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. Etienne.
Private sector, public sector, all of us, we still exist in the same ecosystem, right? So we can't do without one another, right? So the issue of partnership, collaboration, it's key, right? Preaching the gospel of adoption and, of course, the general education around crypto and blockchain. It's very important. I'm quite happy to see that in recent times the government have taken some steps. We as Nigerians might criticize the quality of the step, but at least some steps have been taken, and we are quite happy that those steps have been taken. There is nowhere in the world that the government is ahead of the public sector is ahead of the private sector. I don't really think that works. Most of the innovation comes from the private sector. People like me and you, hackers like me and you, people who are working from home, people who are working in their basement. I don't know whether we have garages right now. So, but the innovation comes from ordinary people like us, common men like us, right? And the government just steps in to look at what we do and see how things are properly channeled and curtailed, right? So the policies made by the government is not for us who are operators, right? But it's for our users, people that we serve, right? It's very easy for you to serve wrongly, to lead wrongly, to make all the wrong decisions and all that. But some of these frameworks, policies, and guidelines are there to put us through and see that we do the right thing, especially for our users. And of course, in general, we can build a better country and a better continent, right? So I'll continue to encourage the government to take the necessary steps, also see how they can hasten their steps, to see how they make proper provisions for operators, be it exchanges, be it different form of crypto blockchain institutions, right? Even having worked for several organizations, yes, I've worked for a Nigerian bank where I was a blockchain developer, right? So we built a lot of projects on the blockchain, remittance systems. You might be using some of those products and you don't even know they're blockchain powered. We tried staying off as much as we can from cryptocurrency, for example. There were a whole lot of things that we could build at the bank for crypto, right, running on the crypto rails. But we slowed down on some of those things, right? For example, I'll give you an example. The shares of this bank being owned by the employee. You know, you work for a PLC, you own some shares. Do you know that there is a decentralized exchange trading the stock of the shares of this company? Right, but you have never seen this anywhere, you will never hear it anywhere because it's just an in-house test that we are still running and all that. So, but I'll tell you that a lot is ongoing at several levels, private and public sector. And we expect that the next maybe couple of years coming, we should have a better playing ecosystem for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. So I see that the government stakeholders are here. They've taken note of the things you said, so we'll be seeing improvements in their policies. Thank you very much. So beyond the whole Web3 techie, these men here, they are human beings, right? And they have fun side. So my question to Mr. Franklin is, what is one hidden talent that you have that we don't know about? Tell us.
I'm a Spider-Man.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay, so I used to be a professional dancer and contortionist back in the years.
I'd like to see some moves.
But I'm now a computer engineer, so yeah. So that was that. I believe that if I should dance again now, I don't think that skill has left me. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, cool. Mr. Eighteen, what is one language that you wish you know how to speak?
Mexico.
Mexico. Why?
What do they speak? Mexican, Spanish? I don't know. Yeah. So it sounds very fun. It sounds like a language where we are just doing some kind of free to air. You know, we are just there. We are living the life. We don't really care. Like, so yeah.
Nice, interesting. Mr. Chris, what is one superpower that you wish you have? If you could get any superpower, which one would you choose, Mr. Chris? Okay. Mr. Sheun, can you hear us? Okay. I guess they have disconnected. So thank you very much, gentlemen, for this insightful session. If you are a founder, an aspiring founder, you can reach them, get their contact, follow them on social media. These men have a lot to share, and trust me, you'd benefit greatly. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for this session.
Mr. Franklin, you wait behind. We have one dance competition. This DJ, you get wahala. Thank you. A round of applause once again for our panelists, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Franklin, you are going. Dance battle right now, me and you. Which I used to dance before. Back in the days, it's brings back memories. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going on by popular demand and by special request. They've asked us to play another 10,000 naira game. So I'm never going to beg you now. I'm never going to beg. In fact, I'm annoyed that they say we should play the game again. And I don't want to, but they say we should do it. People will beg me before I play this game. You must say please. I'm not hearing anything. We need 5 ladies and we need 5 guys to please come out. Hey, no, you are wait. Go back. If you have played, you are not playing again. Just go back. Wait. You don't do first. You don't do first. Go back. You go back there. Go down. Wait, go down. Oh, wait. All the girls this side, all the boys this side. So they don't see like chairman. You are 5 already. 6. Okay, line up according to your height. Facing this side. Line up according to your height. 6. Facing this side. What did they do here? Go back. Don't worry. What did they do here? Confront. It's short man. Confront. So you pass 6. Ladies, you are 6. Fine. Shift back small. We will not have any disqualification here. You, I'll be asking you questions. If I cannot answer, you go and sit down. Mention 3 cryptocurrencies. Mention 3 cryptocurrencies. This is 3. Sheep. They are not hearing. I call it out. Wait. Bless, I go ask hard question.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tron.
Tron still exists. Clap for him. He tried. Who is the former president of Siban?
Of Siban?
Yes.
Pass.
There you go. Just a pass to your seat like that. Bye-bye. See ya. Sing it for him. Bye-bye. Who will answer? You answer. What's the full meaning of Siban? Hey, look here, look me, look me, look me, look me.
Stakeholders
Look me.
Stakeholders in Blockchain Association of Nigeria.
Stay this way, stay this way. Look at me. What's the close your eye, close your eye. Close your eye. Close your eye. In fact, close his eye. What's the full meaning of NITDA? Bye. They go house, they go house. 1, 2. Ha. I need to start. I should go to the back. Yes, I should go to the back. Close your eye. Hey. I don't want to have a question. No. Come and close his eye. Come and close his eye. Come and close his eye. Close his eye. Use your hand and close his eye. Mention 4 people sponsoring this event.
Quebec, Nodo,
5,
Beat Butter,
4,
and
3, 2,
one last guy.
1. Sit down. Hey, yeah, you try. Hey, look at now. Go and sit down. Sorry. Round of applause for you if you try. Your phone will not help you. Mention 4 trading platforms, cryptocurrency trading platforms. 5.
Busha.
Busha.
Yes, Busha.
There's Busha.
Yes.
5,
Busha,
4,
Binance,
3,
MetaMask.
2. MetaMask is a trading platform. No, I don't. MetaMask is not a trading platform. No, see my guy here. You don't. Hey, gas. Thank you. See my guy. He said MetaMask is not a trading platform. Ma, come back to the front. I mean you. Okay, wait. Face audience. This game will take time. I don't want it to take time. 6 of you can sit down. You have qualified. We need 5, but you are 6. We can do 6. 1, 2. Okay. Yes. If you are not a student, we're not gonna lie. If you are not a student, here, raise up your hand. If you are not a student, all of you are students. Please wait. I need help. How do we separate them? We need 6 boys. Yes, abbreviation. You have answered. You have not answered. What's the full meaning of FOMO? FOMO. Yes. You don't know. Can't sit down. What's the full meaning of FOMO? Oh, yeah. This way. They know. Who knows the full meaning of FOMO here? See, cryptocurrency people, they know. Oh, yeah. No, this one is good. We're eliminating it. If we don't know, we'll ask people that know. This way. Thank you. I should ask another one. Come here. Give me another one. This I like you. Full meaning of OTC.
I don't know.
This way. Bye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it? There they go. Yes, OTC. You know full meaning of FOMO?
5.
OTC, you don't consign me. Let us answer that question. Let me just be okay. Okay. Yes. Full meaning of SEC. No, you can enter. Look me. You know, this way. Full meaning of SEC. This way. About you know FOMO. Fear of missing out. This way. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. OTC. This way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 6. You don't complete. Oh yeah. Line up. Face each other. Don't complete. Sorry. Men, this way. Face the ladies. This way. Sharp. No time to waste. Hold this mic. Face her. It's mute. This game is very simple. Concentration, name of whatever. If you lose, just the waka they go house. If you stutter, waka they go house. If you make mistake, waka they go house. No time. We are battling for 10K. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
Is this balanced? 6 ladies, 6 guys. Are we good?
Excuse me. Is it between the 12?
Yes, now. So if when I go and you lose, you just waka. It's now 2 of you.
Okay.
No, you go to the back. Sorry. You
Okay.
go. Are we good? Do you understand the game? Name of color, name of colors that you know. Black, yellow, indigo, lilac. That's why I keep going. If you make mistake and you fail, you have your exit. You understand now? I don't prepare question. Don't worry. All right, are we ready? Names. You are starting. Ladies first. Name of countries. Country, oh.
Yeah?
Countries. Name of countries that you know. Your phone. Give him the. Are you ready? Name of countries. You go to the back. Name of countries that you know.
Nigeria.
No way.
Bye bye. Ha. Una not done for already. Name of countries that you know.
Ghana.
China.
Cameroon.
Japan.
India.
Bye bye. Ha! My boys, my time. You are too good. Name of countries. Are you ready? You don't know countries. 3 people have gone. You still don't know countries. Name of countries that you know.
Argentina.
Algeria.
Liberia.
Mexico.
Libya.
Algeria.
Ghana.
Bye, Algeria. They go home. You are starting. Name of countries that you know.
China.
Brazil.
Indian.
Nigeria.
Argentina.
Cameroon.
Croatia.
Libya.
Australia.
Niger.
Iron lady. Name of countries. Oh no, she. Oh yes, go behind. Sorry. You take away 2 guys. Name of countries. You are starting. Name of countries that you know.
Nigeria.
Angola.
Libya.
Botswana.
Ghana.
South Africa.
Burkina Faso.
Argentina.
You've done countries, ba? Okay. Name of phone brands. I don't want here iPhone 6, iPhone 7. Name of phone. You use phone pass. Don't even look at me like that. Name of phone. Okay? Phone. What's phone in Hausa? Wire. I don't want iPhone 7. If you say iPhone, it have covered the whole iPhone in the world. If you say Infinix, it have covered the whole Infinix. I don't want Hot 10, Hot 5, Note 2. Are we ready? You are starting. Name of phones. Go.
Remini.
Infinix.
Winco.
Techno.
Samsung.
Bye. Go, you can go. Go to the back. Give her the phone. Take. Ha. Name of popular Nigerian artist. I don't want wait, popular. It's going to be popular because all of us here, we know the person. At least a major number of us. If you mention somebody in Gwagwalada, we don't know. You have Ja. You hear me? 1, you are starting. 1, 2. Go to the back. This guy gets power. You don't Yeah. Are you ready? You're starting. 3, 2, 1.
Rema.
P Square.
Whiskey.
The Bunch.
Davido.
Techno.
Skates.
Brother. Last man standing. I want to make this thing hard now. I want to make it hard. Name of African president. All of us will fail. Even me, I will fail. Even me, I will fail it. Yes. Name of car brands. You know, motor, car brands. Don't say Corolla. Don't say Matrix. If you have said Toyota, it has covered everything. Are you ready? Are you ready? You don't know car. You know cars now. You have seen plenty. You've entered plenty. You even have like 5. Are you ready? You are starting. 3, 2, 1, go.
Aston Martin.
Camry.
Lamborghini.
Honda.
Ferrari.
She tried. Round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, final of the finals. Let's big it up, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the second competition, the final of the second competition, for the prize of 10,000 naira. Please, what's your name?
Jane Joseph.
Jane Joseph is on my left hand side.
Hamza Abubakar.
Ham. JJ. Ladies and gentlemen, your contestant. Are you ready? Are you ready? We are going to do names of, should I say crypto coins? Yes, ba. Yes. So if they mention coin where we don't know, we go check them. Okay. No, we don't have time to check. Sorry. This one, you know why I like this one? The list, all of us know the list. It is exhaustive rather. So if you make mistake, all of us will know. Names of states in Nigeria. So if you go back, we do at the 18th state, we will do on that one. Are you ready? So if you make mistake, you don't f up. Are you no capital, state. Oh. Shall I remember the capital, sir? State is okay, ba? Are you ready? Who wants to go first?
Me.
You want to? 3, 2, 1, go.
Taraba.
Zamfara.
Edo.
Yobe.
Kanu.
Adamawa.
Kaduna.
Kogi.
Abia.
Nasarawa.
Zamfara.
Gusau.
Let's go! What is Buso? Wait. What is Buso? What?
I be king.
Give my microphone. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen. He win. What did he say? He said Zamfara 2 times. I don't talk since. I don't give a winner. No.
Remember this.
See my winner here. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for your winner. It's not easy. Wait. I'll give you 5K if you want to. You don't have to give me 5K. Basket. A round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen, as they go back to your seat. You can go back to your seat. Thank you. Oh, please, Gerald, wave your hand. See him. Go and meet him. Collect everybody there, yes. When I don't start again, DJ, bring it down. That one I tried so much, yes. Stand up. So 10,000 for the lady that tried so much, extra 10,000 naira, plus your own winning 10. They said naira, not dollars. So come and say thank you, please. No, I want to do another one. Wait, boys. Just only guys. Oh. Guys. Only the guys.
Don't talk, let me talk.
No, this one. The next one will be only the girls. I I never say we could come outside. Don't worry. They go back. Go back to your seats. Go back to your seats. Hey, this. Wait. Come outside. If you let's say they dance, you know they dance. Why you can't dress like this now? You know what? You use your hand and kill yourself. You are going to call for me. You are, yeah, 3 other guys, just 3 other guys. Go into the audience. 3 other guys you feel are good like you. When I never know what I want to do, but just call 3 other guys where you think say go good like you. No, just go. Bring them out. Opportunity. Please, the representative for CoinX should please get ready. We're bringing you up after this. You don't bring them. 3. Who? And the 3 of them be this. Pair yourself. 2 on this side, 2 on this side. Sharp. No time. Two on a day. Hold your own. Line up according to your height. On this side. Sharp. Easy fight. Now quick 5K. Now quick 5K won't give like this now. Come forward now. No be fight. No fight. Stay on this side. Are you ready? Name of English Premier League club. Where they go? Where they go? You don't know him. Sorry. Go back. Sorry. Are you ready? Channel, we are ready. Complete. Or complete. Are you ready? 3, 2. Boys, now they here. 3, 2, 1. Calm down. Call your club. If you go mention it, no, yeah, we'll go pursue you. No mention Man U. They don't be English Premier League. I beg. Division 4. 3, 2, 1, go.
Coventry. Brighton.
Coventry. Yes. English Premier League now. Coventry. They go house. Enter back. English Premier League. Are you ready? You are starting. 3, 2, 1, go.
Liverpool. Chelsea. Arsenal. Manchester United. Newcastle.
No. Sorry. They go. Easy 5K. Are you ready? Yes. Names of footballers in the Premier League. You dey hear me? Wait, to shall know all the names. Una know? 3, 2, you are starting. 3, 2, 1, go.
Haaland. Amrabat. Ronaldo.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a round of applause for him. What happened? Now winner be this now.
He play Premier League now.
Wait.
He play.
Oh, is that Ronaldo? No. Sorry. See the winner here. I'm sorry. Should we start again? Let's do it one more time. Because you said Amrabat. I don't know who is Amrabat. It's not Amrabat. It's Amrabat. Last one. Let's go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Currently in the Premier League, 3, you are starting. 3, 2, 1, go.
Salah. Dasisi. Robertson. Chiwe. Vigil. Haaland.
For your winner, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Go back to your seat. See that guy there? Gerald, just the wave hand. Go meet him. And your guy be that. See, we are not joking here. This is just the 4th giveaway session. We have this giveaway session. I think about 10 of them. We are doing the first 5 today. We are doing the second 5 tomorrow. Money they go round. Now me they give the money. I don't get anyone. It's God is good. Ladies and gentlemen, I know your hands are not too busy, and I know you are wide awake, ready to learn. Please put your hands together for the. I don't get your name. I'm sorry. Sorry. Please, is coming up on stage, representative of CoinX. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, everybody. I know I never blown. Now why you don't know my name? It is well. I hope this time next year I'll be among one of the big speakers. Amen. Okay, so Before I start, I would like to announce we'll be giving out $50 to one person. Yes, now there's money in the crypto space. Life no balance. Now you know just sit down for the right place. So we'll be giving out $50 to one person. I was asked to speak today on the topic, the future of payment, transparency and proof of reserve. When I was given that topic, I was laughing because since I came into the crypto space, what actually drove me into the crypto space was the drive to see that we have no adulteration, and we were able to get that through the blockchain in a way, though humans are still humans. First of all, before we speak about the future of payment, we need to know about the past of payment. Where did we come from? Where are we now? And where are we going to be going in future? I don't want to trample upon any toes of authority, but I would like to say we are in the future, and I don't think there's anywhere we can go again. Because I believe that the blockchain has given us what we have ever wanted. Decentralization, a form of security, a form of transparency, and inclusiveness. Personally, I believe we are in the future. The question we should be asking ourselves is, how can we harness the potentials of the blockchain? And the only way we can do that is if we can adopt not just the blockchain or cryptocurrency, but transparency. We are all addicted to success. Everybody wants to be successful. But how can we guide our success story under the body of transparency? I don't know, am I making any sense? How did the payment come into place? Let's look at the past of payment. We're going to do it very fast, simple as possible, no ambiguity involved. We started with trade by barter. Bring your goat, take my yam. Bring your shoe, take my pen. Bring this. But there was an issue. I have yam, I needed goat. You have goat, but you needed shoe. Can we say the issue there? So it's either you take my yam and I give you my goat, and you look for somebody that had a shoe that needed it. So there was a problem there. What happened? The mental money started pumping. What we actually call today is just the mentality of man. We have assigned a mental value to a particular substance, a particular asset, and we develop it as money. Your shoe can be money, not my own. It's very cheap. Your shoe can be money. The watch you are wearing can be money. Anything can be money. It depends on the metal attachment. NFTs right now is money. Bored ape. If you have a bored ape now, glory be to God. The mental attachment to a particular asset became money. This can be maybe because it's glittering, maybe because it has a particular utility behind it. But the mental attachment became money. Now, the mental attachment was driven by demand and supply because of scarcity. Now, that is where payment came in. I needed your service, quite all right, at this point, or I needed a commodity from you. At this point, I don't have what you need, but I have an asset that is on popular demand. Is everybody with me? I have an asset that is on popular demand. This can be gold, silver, bronze, titanium. B is on popular demand, B is on utility. Are we together? I'm sorry, I'm teaching. B is on utility. Even salt. Do you know the word salary was derived from the word salt? We have soldiers in the Greek, in the ancient, that were paid bags of salt at the end of the month for reward for service. That is where the word salary came out. So we started transitioning from trade by barter to gold to what we call fiat. Now, what came about fiat? Gold became too heavy to transport. Silver became too weighty to transport. Imagine me, a big man, saying I'm big in 10,000 bags of salt. I need to employ more people to carry my salt. So I need to pay more salt to move my salt. Are we together? I need to pay more salt to move my salt. I'm going from Kano to Akwa Ibom. I need to pay 10 men to move 5 bags each, or multiply by, and when I get there, I pay them again in salt. The means of transportation today, what we call the gas fee, the means of transportation even became more expensive than what you're transporting. That is where the word fiat came in. The government came into play. How can we make this easy for people? How can we make this easy for people? Now, to print a particular figure and you use a particular paper with ink on it, no offense to anybody, and you put an authority behind this. This 1,000 naira on the authority as the government is worth 10 bags of salt. Automatically, anywhere you take 1,000 naira to, you can get the value of 1 bag of salt. Are we together? At this point, money now became easy for adoption. Why? I can take 30,000 bags of salt in my pocket and go to another state. And if I need salt in that state, I can exchange this money, pay for the salt, and get it. Now, I don't need anybody to take my money from Akanu to Akwa Ibom with me. Yes, if it's 10 million, I will need 2 bouncers, 4 thugs for the road, 10 Agbero to clear. It was not as expensive as paying men. Thank God I did not fall. It's not as expensive. It will be funny. See me on headline news. Coinex Nigerian partner slums while giving the speech. It will be funny. It will be very expensive taking 10 men, moving them. In Jesus' name, I will not fall. It will be expensive taking 10 men from Kano to Akwa Ibom with your salt. But now it's cheaper. Why? The salt is in my pocket. Highest thing is, if you don't even know I left the house with my salt, you can't track me. But there was an issue. There was adulteration, first of all. How many of us have been given a fake 1,000 naira note? Plenty. Thank God they've not beaten you before. Because most times you are innocent. You might actually take this money to a place to buy something, not knowing it is fake. Until you hear, what did you give me? And you'll be like, money. Which money? At that point, your brain will start resetting. This is what we are trying to curb, because this same mentality, as I said before, we are humans, is beginning to move into the space we are building for ourselves. Everybody is shouting adoption. Yes, it is nice. What are we adopting? Transparency. The blockchain was built on cryptography. Now, that is popular acceptance of a particular product, legitimacy. But how many of us are willing to embrace cryptocurrency, cryptography? How many of us? Many people still go back to try and make fake Bitcoin. Have you ever sent a wallet address before for a fake Bitcoin? Nobody. They've not asked you, send me your wallet address, and they send you they send you a transaction. You can see the transaction, but it did not land on your wallet. Yes, exactly. What are we trying to avoid? We're trying to avoid adulteration. We're trying to avoid fraud. We're trying to bring transparency. We're trying, and funny enough, the blockchain has set in place all these precepts for us. All we have to do is utilize it, implement it, follow suit. Am I together? Now we left fiat into the blockchain. See, fiat and the blockchain, there's a very thin line between them because both of them almost have the same operation mechanism. The blockchain works with ledger. If Zenith Bank sends money to Access, on the ledger, your bank app is not as if they're carrying the money and going to give the other. It's just a ledger. They pick A and B, 10K to year, and they pick the 10 year on the ledger and they place it here. That is exactly what the blockchain is doing. But the blockchain is transparent because everybody in the world can see A's wallet and see B's wallet. Cryptography made it possible for us to track where this A got the money from and saw that initially on the blockchain it was laid on it. Transparency came into the crypto space. The blockchain came into our space, our financial space, and changed everything. Most times, I walk into a supermarket and I ask, after paying, I just want to crack a joke, and I be like, do you accept cryptocurrency? And the next thing, be like, hey, that fake thing, internet money. Why? We are not preaching transparency. Payment is moving, is transitioning away from your paper, your bank app. Can any of us remember early this year where we had some Naira issue? You could not even find Naira again. How many of us suffered that particular plight? Exactly. But the blockchain is giving you an opportunity to control your funds, your assets, and at the same time telling you that you cannot be defrauded except you want to do it out of your carelessness. Why? Get yourself educated in the space. You can actually follow a transaction from A to B to C, and everything is verified. Why? Cryptography. There's a popular acceptance, and this went from year to year, what we call the nodes mining. This went from year to year. We are transitioning totally into cryptocurrency, where payment has to be totally on the blockchain. A time will come in the next 10, 20 years, if God have it, where you enter into a tricycle and you come down and you see a barcode to scan. How many of you have seen the vision with me? You see a barcode to scan, you pick up your phone, you scan it, and it's sensing. But how is that possible when there's no transparency? I'm not even talking about exchanges that helps us to trade digital assets. I'm basically talking about you and me. How ready are we to accept transparency? How ready are we to drop this mindset? Let me eat and run. Let me eat my brother. No, how ready are we to be like, I want to accept cryptocurrency because you cannot dupe me. Because I can easily send money to you and you can verify it. That is the future Nigerians should be promoting. The minute Nigerians start promoting that particular ideology, the world will bow at our feet. See, we are the kings anywhere you go. You cannot count any industry in the world and you can't find a top Nigerian. From Facebook to Google, anywhere top, you'll find at least one Nigerian. And funny enough, it's always the ladies. I'm not sexist. I even prefer giving the ladies and the men. They are more productive than us. How willing are we to accept transparency? We are transitioning little by little. We are transitioning from fiat, our banks, I have no issues with them openly, our banks, to cryptocurrency. And the blockchain has given us that platform for transparency and massive adoption. So what are we adopting? We should start changing our mentality. Whereas 10 years to come, we will all shout we're in the crypto space, but they can't find anything. We go explain tire. I don't want to bore anybody today. I'm going to drop the mic now with the mental note in our head. What are we trying to adopt? What are we trying to promote? Cryptocurrency is pure. Like when I mean pure, I mean cryptography has brought the purity we need without any control. What are we promoting? What are we advancing? With no other words, I hope I've been able to confuse you. Enjoy the rest of your summit. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. God bless Coinex. And God bless Siban. Thank you.
Sorry, you said somebody's going to win $50. Since I'm the one that reminded you, let's just bring it to 40, Abby.
I'll not answer you. Okay, so I'm going to give $50 to, after the event, I don't want to interrupt the event, the first person to tell me what you learned at the Coinex booth will get $50. The first person at the Coinex booth to tell me what you learned from what I said will get $50. After the event. I don't want to interrupt this, please. So even though I go outside and you follow me, I will not answer you. I don't want to insult our chairmen, please. Thank you.
So immediately we say closing prayer, we'll do it last. Just first person to go and tell him what he learned. If it's not correct, even if it is right, just tell him what you learned. You collect $50. All right, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not wasting much time. We are going straight to the next presentation. This presentation is from the Nodo team. Are they available? How many people are we bringing on board? Please, a round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen, as she comes up on stage. Nodo, you have 10 minutes. Somebody should please set the timer. Once it's 10 minutes, just start clapping. Just start clapping.
Trendybeats.com.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Sorry. Good afternoon. We have a presentation. We're waiting for the tech team. Right, but before the tech team comes out, so my name is Chidubem Emelmadu. I'm the content operations lead at Nodo. So today would essentially be perfect. We'll be presenting about Nodo. Something exciting, Nodo actually just launched its revamped website today. So it's a pleasure to actually be here. Yes, please. A round of applause to be here to actually showcase what Nodo is to you guys, like the first set of people since the revamped website. So very exciting. So generally, Nodo is, we can move to the next slide, please. Or can I have, okay. So Nodo is a product community that is essentially trying to educate and inform people about blockchain and the ecosystem, right? And we do this in several ways. But something at the heart of Nodo is that we're trying to create a platform where everybody can contribute, right? So we have users who can essentially come and like start conversations to learn. We have makers who can essentially come and promote their products. And we also have experts who are basically builders that have been in the space for years or have a wealth of knowledge who essentially come to educate people as well. We can move to the next slide. And actually, something to highlight is that after this, we're going to have a quiz where everybody can basically participate and earn rewards as well. So a few things to highlight on Nodo. We have lots of features, right? But I'll say the maybe top 4 that you can pay attention to would be, the first is the Nodo Discover. So just like I said, we have a database of over 600 products because our goal there is to have a unified platform where people can come and learn about the things happening in the space and the people building things, right? So, as opposed to going on Google and searching on like 1 million websites, you can essentially come on Nodo, you find what the company is doing, their data, maybe the funding amounts they've received, things like that. Second would be Nodo grants, right? So some of you might already be aware, but if you have a company or you own a company, Nodo essentially can support through financing. What does that look like? So you can essentially apply. If you go on nodo.xyz, the top, there's like future campaigns, right? And you can apply for grants. What that means is you can essentially get $1,000 in free funding from Nodo through various steps that you will see there. Thirdly is the Content Fellow program. So we also have a program where content creators can come and showcase their work. You can basically apply to also come and showcase yourself and train people on the platform as well and earn. And then finally, we have lots of content pieces. So you can basically come and learn. So something from as simple as like what is blockchain to news. For example, yesterday, Jack Dorsey's B Trust acquired Kala, right, which is an African company. That was very exciting news. If you go on Nodo right now, you can actually read about it. Sometimes we interview those companies and all of that. So next slide. Yes, so this is something that's very important to you guys because I understand that the general populace here would be users of the platform who essentially want to learn, participate, and earn. So firstly, learn. You can go, you can read about what I've just shared on Nodo. So just like I said, literally nodo.xyz on your browser, nodo.xyz, and you see all these things I'm talking about. You can read, and then you can test yourself through quizzes. So another exciting thing is that the quizzes just launched today, right? So which is why we'll be testing that through the first set of quizzes on Nodo today. And you can actually earn XP, right? And what that XP does is that it takes you to a leaderboard. Samuel, who is also on the team, will come and explain that. So say you complete a quiz today, you get 500 XP, right? Every week, there's a set of like the top 10 people who have acquired the most XP. So maybe the first person has 3,000 XP, second person 2,600, all of that. And those people would actually earn real money that they can spend, right? So first person, $15, second to fifth, I think $10 thereabouts. But Samuel would explain that. So we're just trying to incentivize that learning culture. Second is participate. So you can essentially go on Nodo and upvote your favorite products. You can comment, you can start conversations. So if you like a company, maybe Binance, for example, you can start a conversation about it and other people can input as well. And then earn. So just like I said, you can earn through quizzes and you can also earn through campaigns. So these are the 3 things that I think if you could take anything away from what I've said today, would be how to participate on Nodo. Next up would be quiz challenge. Yeah, Samuel. Sorry, Samuel. Okay, perfect. He's here. So this is the quiz that I was basically talking about. And you'll be able to earn merch and also get a chance to be on the first leaderboard, basically, and earn money.
All right, thank you very much. Good day, everyone. Good day to the bosses in the house, Blockchain Oracle, and everyone. All right, so I'll walk us through the quiz real quick. Now, remember, you can win XP. Now, this XP, you can change it at the end of the day, right, to USDT and cash out, okay? Right, so quickly, we want to participate in the quiz. Like she said, it just launched today. You can scan this QR code. But if you can't scan from where you are, so just go to nodo.xyz. So nodo.xyz. And once you get there, you register. You don't need the referral code, so just go ahead and register. After registering, what if you can scan? It's still good.
Android phones cannot scan, so... I lie.
Later you guys should meet him outside. He'll get your phone. So nodo.xyz. Right, so if you need help, just reach out to, or raise up your hand, or reach out to any of the ushers who will help you out. Right, so once you get there, all right, okay. So nodo.xyz, you register. You don't need to use a code. So you just skip the code part. You put your email, and you click sign up, you get a code.
Sorry, which quiz are we doing on the website?
So once you, sorry.
So some people are looking for how to download it. So you're not downloading it, you're going on your browser, so Safari or Google Chrome, anything that you use to search whatever you search, then you just go and click nodo.xyz. So just typing in that browser space, nodo.xyz, and then it loads up. And then there's a sign up button at the top right. Okay.
So if you need help, still raise your hands up. Someone reach out to you.
So
okay.
This quiz they're doing right now, the XP is going to be available at the end of the quiz?
No. The XP will be given to them later. But for now, for today, they'll be winning some merch here today, right? Then at the end of the quiz, we're going to pick some winners and give them XP, so they'll get it via their email.
Okay.
Right, so just in case you're there, on the page, nodo.xyz, after you're done registering, you see a quiz button. Right, so you click the quiz, and then you scroll down. Now, if you're there, let me see your hands up, please. Okay, couple of hands. So just give more time to people to register. So remember, you register, you don't need to put the referral code. And
so you can either scan this or go to nodo.xyz. Top right, you'll see sign up. And then after sign up, you basically scroll. Is the third, I guess, post on the homepage. Okay, yeah, sign in, sorry. So yeah, if you click on sign in, then at the bottom, you'll be able to sign up. So if you don't have an account, yeah, then you create an account. But the quiz is on the homepage, but to take the quiz, you have to sign up. That's why it makes more sense to just sign up first.
Okay, so just wrap things up because of, they just came to warn me because of time. So after signing up, and then you click the quiz, you can take the quiz. At the end of the day, because you've registered, we have your email at the back end. If you see some very simple questions there, right, which I think if you run through the slide, you can see the question. So if you run through the slide, you can see the question. But once you get to the quiz page, right, you can take the quiz yourself. Then at the end of the day, I think we're going to have another session to just announce the winners to win the match. Then also, before the end of the week, by Friday, you're going to get the XP. Now remember, you can change the XP to USDT, right, once you're on the leaderboard. So I think that'll be all. Thanks for your time.
All right, awesome. A round of applause for the Nodo team, ladies and gentlemen. Just to ensure, I've taken the quiz and I failed only one. And I did not get any XP.
So you have to get everything. But
actually,
you can
he got
retake
0
it.
XP. You have to get all the questions right.
So has anyone completed it, just so that, like, the first 5 people, we want to give you guys merch?
If you signed up and you've completed the quiz, 5, awesome. Please just meet them, give them that.
I need to confirm.
Wait, I completed it just now. You don't give me. Ha! This is racism.
Oh no, you can try again. I need someone that's gotten all 5.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, while we have that going round, the Nodo team just set a challenge for us. Win your XP, convert your XP to USDT at the end of the day. And if you already signed up on them and you've completed the quiz, they have merchandise available at the moment to give you. We are rushing. As you can tell by my time, it's just past 12. I want us to finish here before 2, so we can all go home. Abi? We are there. Don't worry, there's the final giveaway to go.
Someone has gotten all 5, so he's the first person. Sorry, what's your...
This guy look like Bukayo Saka. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be introducing the next panel session, and it is discussion on Web3. The need Web3 education, the need for capacity building. Please bear with us. We are down to the last section. Let me list it out for you. After this panel session, we have the fireside chat with the Siban president, and after that, we have one more panel session, and we are done for the day. We have come this far. Oh, sorry, we are not done for the day. We have one last giveaway to give, and we are done for today. Tomorrow, we boot and we get started. So, ladies and gentlemen, for this fireside, talking on Web3 education, the need for capacity building, please make welcome our panelists. Please put your hands together for my friend. I just met him, was the day before yesterday or yesterday, Mr. David F. Young. David Zoe F. Young. David, where are you? Please come up on stage. A round of applause for him. He's coming from the back. Mr. David will be joined on stage by Mr. Bello Usman Abdullahi. Mr. Bello Usman, are you here? Please, Mr. Bello, wave your hand. Most of you. Oh, yes, wave your hand. Hey, come up on stage. Be proud. No time. Your 10 minutes have started, though. Joining them on stage is Miss Omotola Dorcas.
Oh, that's 5.
Omotola Dorcas, where are you, please?
Why do we have all?
Omotola Dorcas. A round of applause for Omotola Dorcas. Joining them on stage also is Miss Denise Idongesit. Denise, a round of applause for them. How we did Ginger to come and finish up if we are not here? Please, let's have them on stage. They'll be here for just the next 20 minutes. The moderator, I know him. He likes to talk, but he knows that there's no time. So he's going to come in and do it sharp so we can all go home. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the moderator of this session, Mr. Chukwemeka Gerald Ibeauchi.
Good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. And my name is Chukwemeka Gerald Ibeauchi. I am a young and active citizen, a passionate advocate of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And I'm also a blockchain and digital currency growth and marketing expert, and currently working for L Bank Exchange, worked for various platforms before. And I would just like my panelists, I want to say a very big thank you, and I would just like my panelists to briefly introduce themselves, tell us what they do, just briefly. Thank you. Starting from Mr. Bellos.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Usman Bello Abdullahi, the co-founder of Bitcover Academy, first Northern education, blockchain education platform. Also a blockchain software engineer. Then marketing specialist, currently with International Council of Registered Blockchain Professionals. So briefly, this is what I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Omotola Dorcas, and I'm a business development executive, a growth specialist, and also a consultant and trainer. All right. Maybe within context, what I do is that I help professionals and also organizations team to develop capacity along the line of marketing, sales, and business development.
Okay, good day, everyone. My name is Victor Denise Idomisit. I'm a community manager in the Web3 space, and I'm also a student of computer science. I'm currently pursuing a career in artificial intelligence as well. Thank you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David Zoe Efyong. I'm a blockchain consultant, the CEO of BI Consulting Limited, and also currently the VP for education in Siban. I'm an author. That's what I do for a living. Just professional. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And today we'll be talking about Web3 education, why we need to build capacity. We understand that education is the driving force for adoption, and Nigeria sits at that forefront for massive adoption in Africa. If you go to various parts of Africa, you see that the adoption rate is actually not like ours, and this is to give credence to communities, to people building in the space, and also people helping to propagate the gospel of blockchain and cryptocurrency. And I would like to direct this question to Mr. David Zoe. We have lots of newbies in the space. We have people that really want to transition into blockchain technology, and maybe they are hearing Web3 for the first time. What is Web3, and how do you think Web3 can be applicable to people and also individuals, stakeholders as well?
Thank you so much. I'll quickly run down from Web 2 to Web 3 in just 10 seconds. First of all, Web 1 is for those that had the opportunity to interact with internet, like some years ago, whereby you just go on the website, you can only read a particular thing, you cannot interact, you cannot like a newspaper, for example. You cannot just see view. That is Web 1. Then Web 2 now allows you to interact. For example, I can see like Facebook, I can comment. That is Web 2. Then Web 3 actually allows you to, we share value now. For example, that means I interact, I earn, company you earn. So, and that is only available at the moment on the blockchain. That's why we like blockchain. All right, so basically, blockchain is basically just a database that secures data using cryptography. So we have several networks called the Binance, the BTC, the Ethereum, and the rest. So as an industry, I think we should all go into this because the internet is just being naked. That means it's easy to access, easy to edit, hack, and the rest. But with blockchain, it helps to some extent. So that is why it's very important at the moment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for that insightful answer. And this will also lead me to my next question to Dennis. We talk about awareness level. And when the president of Siban was here, he talked about us having to have blockchain being taught in various languages for people to understand. So it feels as if it's the same set of people that understand this. We need to break this down to the lowest of the lowest for them to understand what we are saying. And I was on the Twitter space where I had the Arewa community talking about this, teaching people blockchain technology in their native language. And also I remember when I went to Cape Coast, I had to do something in Ghana then, and I paid with digital currency, and the person told me she learnt crypto and digital currency in her native language, which is Twi, a language in Ghana. So how do you perceive the current level of awareness in Nigeria, and what do you feel is the next phase for us as we proceed?
Okay, thank you for that question. So speaking about the Arewa community, I think this guy is actually doing something very impressive. I mean, I met them on Twitter. For those of you that are active on Twitter, Twitter has like a different community, or it's a different crypto community on its own. So I met these guys on Twitter, and I think I joined one of their Twitter spaces. And when I joined, they were all speaking in Hausa, and I was like, come on, what is going on here? They're all teaching themselves crypto and blockchain in Hausa. And I felt like, oh, these guys are actually doing something great. And I said, okay, maybe I should do something in my own dialect. But the only issue is that I don't know how to speak my language, so probably I need to learn so that I can start up something like that. But speaking about the current state, I would say that collectively, we are all doing, in our own little way, we are all trying to promote blockchain education, Web3 education in our own little way. For me, I've tried organizing some webinars as well, and also in my university, I've tried organizing some workshops, some physical workshops, to basically teach students about blockchain education. And I think something like this is also an avenue as well that is helping to drive and push the whole blockchain and Web3 education. So I'll say in the general public, we are all doing great so far. I think there have been a lot of workshops, webinars, tutorials, academies are coming up every day, communities are coming up every day. We actually have a long way to go, but so far we have been doing great. But if we want to talk about the educational institution, okay, before I decided to go into artificial intelligence, I wanted to study blockchain technology, blockchain development. And I went to different tech ops looking for one that is probably offering a course or that is currently teaching somebody blockchain technology, and I couldn't see anyone. So I decided, okay, let me just switch to artificial intelligence. So in the educational sector, educational institution, I think we still have a long way to go in that particular area, because I think there are some countries right now that are bringing blockchain education, blockchain technology, they're adding it into their curriculum, yeah. So in Nigeria, in Africa, we still have a long way to go in terms of educational institutions, but general public, I think we have been doing so well, like so far, and in the next 5 years, I think we should get better.
Okay, thank you so much for that insightful answer as well. And just a quick take notes, we have done a lot, but it's not still enough. We need to do more. More stakeholders need to come together and also promote this in our own little ways. And collectively, we'll have a better future ahead. So this takes me to my next question to Mr. Bello. Mr. Bello, when doing all this that we are doing, we face enormous challenges. What are those unique challenges you've identified about blockchain knowledge and also awareness? And also, how do you think capacity building can help solve this as we move on? Thank you.
Currently, as we start the journey of blockchain, the major issue we face is the fear. The fear instigated by our leaders in the people. Government always control our thoughts, and we seem to believe whatever government is telling us. So in the first years of our cryptocurrency and blockchain education, 2020, 2021 was the government perception about cryptocurrency, seeing it as a threat and a target to negativity, a kind of source of terrorism funding and other things. All right, and we came to a stage where while other communities are doing their part to educate people, then boom, CBN came up and banned all cryptocurrency services across all the international exchanges. So it was a very big setback to our journey, actually. Thank God they have taken a step. Because if people are seeing government move towards blockchain, definitely a lot of investors, we have a lot of money in Nigeria, a lot of people will come in with their business proposals trying to solve one problem or the other in the space. This is one. And the second thing we face is the language barrier. Language barrier. A lot of people, because of the complexity of the technology, you hardly, even if you sound in English, because all the documents and everything is written in English, but before you be able to understand, because a friend of mine introduced Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to me back then in 2015. But when I look at them, I couldn't understand the document. I closed them till after 3 years. I opened them again. That's when I found him again to put me through. Then I understand around 2019. So the language barrier. People don't understand the complexity of the technology. All right. So for us as education platforms, we develop resources written in Hausa language for the Arewa blockchain technology community. everything. We teach now, we teach, educate about blockchain, and even cryptocurrency component of it in Hausa language. All right, and then we teach even the development of blockchain. Like we do blockchain development, web development, UI, UX design, all these technologies, translating them back to Hausa language to enable us, our community, learn and leverage on the opportunities in the space. All right, so this is the second, language barrier, and we've broken in the northern part of the country. Thank God we've broken that barrier. A lot of people have understood what blockchain is today. Even I could remember last 2 weeks, my session was to carry Bitcoin white paper and had a session and translate it to people in Hausa language. The entire Bitcoin white paper to tell them what Satoshi Nakamoto was actually trying to do. And I did that for a reason. After there was a very big scam that scammed people over ₦1 billion in the last 2 months. It's called MTFE. So people's perception about cryptocurrency and blockchain, I was trying to change their perception. That's why I say, okay, public, come, let's translate this Bitcoin white paper. Let us tell you what Satoshi Nakamoto was actually trying to do. It's not about overnight, getting rich overnight. It's about solving problems. It's about solving problems, bringing a solution to a particular problem we have, which is decentralization. Okay, decentralizing the central monetary system to enable us have, instead of just printing money like what they did now, I see Tinubu is trying to prop anchor borrowers of trillions of naira. They've just printed money by the central bank and share it in the country, which in the end, we are now suffering the cost because we put trillions of naira into circulation without any proper anything and led to crash of naira. Because too much of circulation of anything, if there is no balance between supply and demand, then definitely. So these are the challenges, the people perception in the local stage, the language barrier, and the fear. For the fear, thank God government is coming in. They've listened to corporates, the Convexity and other platforms. The central bank currently listening to them, telling them what they're supposed to do, and they are coming up, and this will bring confidence in the minds of people, common men, public, the business people, the potential investors. I believe they are going to come back, but had it been they didn't put that ban on the centralized exchanges, by this time, we wouldn't have been here. The state of blockchain technology wouldn't have been where it is today. But thank God, it's still not too late. You see a lot of white people will be coming to an inbox asking you, they still didn't understand this blockchain. They will be asking you, what is this, what is that? And they're the ones that came up with the idea. So I think these are the current, at the local stage, these are some of the challenges we face. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that insightful answer as well. A very big thank you to you and your team for what you do, because this is like our own problem, you using our own solution type to solve it as well. So thank you so much for that. And in capacity building in Nigeria, in Africa, we've seen successful projects, or we've seen successful communities come up to do that. And I would like to ask Ms. Dorcas, what are those, or can you pinpoint those successful communities or projects educating people in Web3, building capacity around this space, and also what do you think is behind their success?
Okay, let me start from the second question. One major thing that is behind the success of many of these projects is partnership. Right, and I also want to say that it is very important for us to see capacity development beyond training, because there are a whole lot of things that are involved in it. You want to look at the individual, you want to look at the organization, and you also want to look at an enabling environment, which is one thing that I've been able to see that many of these projects have. So they are not only developing, they are not only leveraging on training, but they are also raising a kind of people, they are creating a kind of people, and they are also creating a kind of environment that would promote the objective that is behind what they are driving. So if you're asking what are the successful projects that we have, I think we had an event that was 2 or 3 weeks ago in Lagos, and in that event it was said that NITDA raised over 30 participants, and they were trained in blockchain. And we have the likes of CBC, the Crypto Bootcamp community. We have Grind Academy. We have crypto traders, right? We also have, I think 2 weeks ago, I also saw a news about Binance partnering with Utiva to teach people, for anyone who is interested in picking up any technical skills around Web3 and blockchain. So those are some of the projects that we are seeing. I'm much more interested in what we are seeing within us. Of course, there are a whole lot of things that are happening outside, but within us, aside from the fact that we know that we're not seeing so much from the government or the public sector, a lot of the private institutions are doing a lot in that regard.
Okay, thank you so much. You made mention of skills, and I would like to ask Mr. David Zoe, because we are rounding up now. You have been so instrumental in blockchain university clubs across the country, and that is something I commend you for, and other players as well. What are those skills you feel people should possess, or organizations should possess, to thrive in this space and also push education and awareness?
Thank you so much. Now, the skills are very important. That's why, first of all, I define blockchain technology as just a database that uses security, of course, cryptography is security, which means if you're an admin, an accountant, you're a personnel manager, you are a graphic designer, UI UX developer, right? It's open for everyone. So I'm very happy because Nigeria has been doing that now. Before, we all think when we hear blockchain about cryptocurrency and crypto trading. So right now it's far beyond that. It's far beyond that. So as a corporate body, or maybe let's say maybe private individuals also, I think it's time for us to skill up in this I've just mentioned in our normal daily lives, because as a company, or of course, thank God for the approval of blockchain policy in Nigeria. Let's say government wants to come in now, right, and need accountants. Does it mean it's a trader? No. You need to understand the fundamentals. So, and I can boldly tell you, past 6 years of my life in the blockchain space, it is quite easier to track scam on the blockchain than the banking sector. It's very simple, and it's the best. That one, very fast, very quick. So therefore, it is important anywhere you find yourself, actually, you need to skill up, right? As simple as moderating. There are terms we use. For example, medical field has their terms. So everyone to skill up, learn the fundamentals, right? And of course, we are good to go.
Thank you so much for that. Skills is very important because it actually helped me in going so far in this space. And just to round up the panel session, I would just like Dennis to just, what is the future like for Web3 education adoption in Nigeria? What is the future like in your own perspective?
I think, like I said earlier, we have been doing great so far. And with the momentum that we are going and so many initiatives that are currently going on, I think in the next few years we should be far ahead from where we are right now. And I'm telling you because every day, I don't know about the offline space, I don't really know that much, but for those of us that are very active in the online community, especially on Twitter, especially on LinkedIn, you get to see that there are lots of newbies, there are lots of people coming up every day showing interest in the Web3 space, in the blockchain space. So the more people that are coming to the space, definitely I think I made a post on Twitter one day and I was like, how would you explain blockchain to your grandmother? And it brought up like a lot of engagement and people sharing their opinions. This is what they'll do. They'll use their native language and so on and so forth. So, I mean, for example, now we can see our mothers here. I mean, some of them are in the front here to tell you that these people are starting to show interest. It's no longer about the youths right now. Even the older people that are starting to show interest into this technology. So with the momentum that is currently going on and the whole initiative currently going on by different people, different sectors in the space, I think that in the next few years we are going to be far ahead. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And just to round off quickly, you talked about partnership. How do you think government stakeholders can come together to collaborate and also just push this industry forward? Thank you.
Okay, let me start from government. One of the major things that is making the government to be hesitant with participation is, we've all heard, the fear of the negativity. Many of us might not know, but there's something called singularity. And that's the point where people believe that machine come to a place of intelligence where they become more intelligent than man. But then before a machine can arrive at that point, there is the feeder, which is the human factor. And you cannot see the power of what a machine can do if you do not know the person behind it. So for me, I would say that the role of government should be more around creating an enabling environment. The private sector will do a whole lot, like pumping money into education, creating solutions and all that. And it wouldn't make a lot of sense if the government is also trying to do that. So as much as funding those projects, I believe that government can also create forums that would cater towards the moral aspect of using technology, because we know that there are different circles that technology would have to come into. What we are talking about right now is Web3. We don't know what we'll be talking about in the next 10 years. So I would say that partnership in that regard should be with the less technical agencies within the economy. Like, I study linguistics, for crying out loud, and I've played within the tech ecosystem for over 9 years, and I've mostly played within the non-technical aspect. So I know that we focus a whole lot in the technical aspect, but there is something called professionalism. There's something called ethics. There's something called engagement. There's something called communication. So all of these things are what I would say that the government should consider, why the private sector also focus on the important things that you're doing.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Bello, just to round off this session, you talked so much about education and educating in your native language. How do you feel, or how do you think that the normal traditional system should incorporate Web3 education into their curriculum?
Yeah, a lot of ways. Currently, for the individual effort, especially in the north, we have a lot of communities teaching people blockchain and other blockchain components in Hausa. We have the Bitcover, we have Web3 tutelage, we have SCCTV. They're all doing their part in educating. But when it comes to traditional education system, such as high schools or high institutions, I believe, if I may suggest, to high institutions, the first thing when you step into universities, you have those introductory courses, computer science is included. And blockchain is one component of computer science. So including a course or a topic, introduction to blockchain will be a good start. I know when we were in university, the curriculum was that bad because they don't used to teach us what they were supposed to teach us. I was supposed to be taught Java, C++ then, but they were teaching me Pascal when I don't know where to find the compiler. So if they can incorporate blockchain, introduction to blockchain as a course to introduce people to blockchain, definitely a lot of these scams that are happening will reduce. Because people have known the blockchain already before they come out and start investing in it. And then secondly is having it at a project level. I could remember we were forced to use microcontrollers, which involve, it's no longer working. Okay, it's working. We were forced to use microcontrollers, and that microcontroller of 18 forced us to program on our project. So I studied engineering, so you have to do some construction. And if you can build in components and solder them and make them work, but they say you must use microcontroller. Then that microcontroller will force you to write a C language or a C++ language incorporated with your project. So you see, at project level, we can force computer, especially computer science students and other social science courses, because you know the application of blockchain right from 100 level, then you can bring in a solution as economics, accountant, lawyer, or any profession. You can bring a solution that has blockchain integrated in it, because blockchain is disruptive technology, is in every profession, be it education, law, whatever you study in, there is element of blockchain in it. And if we force our students at the final level to come up with a project that is blockchain integrated, definitely this will be a good goal. And if we do this for like 10 years, a lot of projects will just be flying. And our projects will no longer be dumped in dustbin, because it's market ready. As you are coming out, your project is market ready. So it's just to look for financing and lift it up. But our projects are there. If dustbin is full, they will pack them out and put in new ones.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much to my panelists. Just to conclude, you've talked about education, the need for people to have it, to be educated in the space, and for newbies coming in the space, they understand now that they don't need to understand everything about blockchain. They just actually need to know the basics, identify a niche into what they want to do, join communities, seek partnerships, and use the online platforms like Twitter, LinkedIn, Indeed, and the likes to get used to this space and do so much more for themselves. Thank you so much, and thank you so much to my listeners as well. Please, a round of applause to my panelists. Thank you so much. Thank you. Let's take pictures.
Anytime we want snap, this photographer will run from far. All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Gerald was rounding up for the last 20 minutes. Gerald, next time I'll not give you mic. We are down to the last leg, and we're trying. We're trying. This is just past 2. What's it by your time? Past 10, right? 10. Don't touch me. You wasted time if you want. We're moving on to our fireside chat. That would just be for 10 minutes. Moderator, 10 minutes. I will come on stage. I'll be ringing bell. 10 minutes. After that, we'll have a brief talk from our SEC representatives here. That will be for 5 minutes. Then we have the final panel session for today. Another 10 minutes, and we are done. Please clap. Once it's 10 minutes, just start clapping. Just start clapping. Just start clapping. They know. They will know. So are we good? 10, 5, 10. We good. I like that formation. No, 10, 5, 10. We have the final giveaway, and we are done. So, ladies and gentlemen, for our fireside chat today, it's going to be with the Siban president. You all already met him earlier. So join me once again and put your hands together as we bring up on stage Mr. Obinna Iwuno. And moderating the fireside chat session today is my friend, Miss Tochi Onya. A round of applause for her too, ladies and gentlemen. 10 minutes. Just start clapping.
Y'all know where I'm lurking, yeah. Can none of y'all mirror me back? Yeah, hear me rap, it's like hand G rapping his prime. I'm young H.O., raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe, now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express. Out the country, but the blueberry still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple.
Hello, everyone. So quickly, without wasting so much time, I would like us to, dive into the fireside chat. So quickly, Mr. Obinna Iwono, please can we get to know you, who you are, what you do, and your successes and accomplishments so far in the industry?
Hello, everyone. So once again, I'm here before you. Thank you all for being here and listening and participating. It's been a very interesting session. So my name is Obinna Iwono, for those of you who haven't been here before now. I'm the president of Siban, that is the Blockchain Association of Nigeria. Siban stands for Stakeholders in Blockchain Technology Association of Nigeria. So I wear so many caps, right? But I will just say a few of the vital ones. So apart from being the blockchain president in Nigeria, I am also the founder of Africa's largest blockchain community, known as CBC. We are actively present in 8 African countries. And our purpose and our mission at CBC is to educate Africans about blockchain technology and emerging trends in Web3. And also, I am a certified cryptocurrency compliance specialist. I'm also a certified cryptocurrency investigator. I'm a blockchain educator, business developer, a project manager, a growth consultant in that space. Thank you.
Indeed, you wear many hats. There's a round of applause for that introduction. Mr. Obinna, so the vision of Siban is to transform Nigeria into the world's largest and safest blockchain space with, the largest blockchain investments, blockchain solutions, and even blockchain adoption. Now, as the president and long-term member of Siban, how solid and sustainable would you say the impact of Siban has been in engaging the blockchain industry in Nigeria so far?
Yeah, so the impact of Siban has been very strong. First of all, Siban has built one of the strongest resilience that I know. In fact, one of the reasons that necessitated the formation of Siban was the first pronouncement by the CBN in 2017. Warning people not to deal with cryptocurrency. And we say, hey, guys, I don't think these guys really understand this ecosystem and what it is like we do. So why don't we come together and, form a body to help us engage proactively and, rightly with these agencies, with these policymakers and these institutions that have a part to play in what we do. And so that was the beginning of this journey. And, from that moment up till now, this is like 6 years counting, and we have invested massively in awareness and education. We have also invested in capacity development. We have also invested heavily in self-regulation amongst our members and our corporate members also, because Siban is made up of individual members who are professionals in the industry and also corporate members who are either product or service providers, right? And, we have also invested in building that relationship with relevant sectors and also actively engaging in advocacy for policy and regulations. This is like the everyday job because we do not have it. And we know that the industry cannot move forward without that. And so it has been from one administration to another. I think my administration is the 4th administration in Siban, you know, that has been taking this work from one level to another. And so far we have seen some of it come to light. We have seen the government to started opening up to the idea of blockchain technology. We have seen the government agencies that are responsible for different areas like SEC, you know, have also started doing things, regulations around digital assets, which I think that it is important that we hear it, because I observe that quite a lot of players in the ecosystem and even in this room are not aware of what the Securities and Exchange Commission is doing. So after this fireside chat, they are going to take a few minutes to, you know, tell us about some of the things that they have done, you know, just like we have seen happening in other government agencies. So we have also been actively engaged in sensitization and community building, because, like, you know, every institution, right, that every sector that is lucrative and is driving value would also attract bad actors, right? So you cannot say because there are kidnappers on the Abuja-Kaduna expressway then that you will never fly any other expressway in Nigeria, right? Roads were not meant for kidnappers to operate. The roads were meant for travelers to travel on. But when you see situations like kidnappers trying to take control of the road, what do? That is when you send the security personnel, you know, to quench that, because that is not the purpose which that road was meant for, so that they can restore order to that. So we have also done that, you know, to restore order and, you know, follow up on projects in the space to see that they are doing the right things and they are following the right rules and regulations as we have set in the industry. And when we see anyone who is not following, we call them out. Not that we try to call them, we call them out. Now, what is our greatest challenge? We have not had enforcement.
Enforcement in terms of what?
Yeah, enforcement in terms of this is wrong practice, right? This is not a blockchain project. This is fraud. This is scam. And we don't have the law backing us up on that. And then Nigerians go out and lose money, you know, and then it is painting our industry in a bad light. Meanwhile, this is an industry that has the potential of generating $6 billion annually for this economy and even more, if harnessed. Like I said earlier, Nigeria controls 66% of the adoption rate in the entire African continent. And that's a whole lot, you know. So in terms of this, we have done real work when it comes to building the ecosystem, you know, growing the industry, and, you know, seeing that our projects thrive irrespective of the hostile environment and atmosphere with which you operate business, you know. Of course, we have limitations with access to funding, which is something that we are also working on. It's one of the goals of my administration, because my focus is on two major areas. We need to get the right policies, regulations, laws, and enforcement for the blockchain industry. And then secondly, we need to open up this sector to funding and investment by external entities. So yeah, these are some of the things that we have been doing at Siban.
Interesting. So still going back to the vision of Siban, you know, where he talked about making, you know, Nigeria, making the blockchain space in Nigeria one of the biggest and largest industry. Now, I want to ask, we can't be aiming to be the largest and biggest industry, blockchain industry in the world, when, you know, we are still restricted to our national geography. You know, I don't believe that we can be recognized internationally if we keep playing on a local scope. Now, my question is, how has what is the international reputation of Siban like, or what are the activities of Siban or the targets of Siban outside of Nigeria? Because of course we have African countries who, and for a fact, looking up to Nigeria, because Nigeria has, like you said, over 60% of adoption rates. So, okay, just basically, what are they like, you know?
Okay, so to answer this very question, there is something I'd like to, you know, read out expressly. So when it comes to Siban, now, Siban is the largest and the most active blockchain association in Africa.
Correct.
Apart from Siban, the other two blockchain associations I do hear of is the Kenyan Blockchain Association.
Yeah.
Then I also, some time ago, the Ugandan. The Ugandan Blockchain Association reached out to me. Do we have a Kenyan in the house?
No, it's 10 minutes.
Oh, interesting. All right, guys, I'll be rounding up shortly. So we have the Ugandan Blockchain Association, and I think there's another in South Africa. So international reputation of Siban. Siban is a founding member of the Blockchain Association Forums. Now, the Blockchain Association Forums was founded in collaboration with the British Blockchain Association. And it's an association of 51 blockchain associations in the world. And Siban happened to be the only African member and also a founding member of the association. Now, we also have this forum for countries with a national blockchain roadmap. We are basically 9 countries in the world that has that, and Nigeria is the only one in Africa and the 9th. So on that forum is Siban, is that of Dubai, Singapore, Malta, Estonia, Germany, Australia,
and the rest of them.
And the rest of them, right? We are 9 of us. Siban is also a member of the Global this year. All right, that is for digital assets. Siban is also a member of the Global Digital Asset Exchanges. So there are quite a number of international collaborations and affiliations that Siban has. Yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. So this is going to be my last question. You know, from the recently enacted blockchain policy, one of the expected outcomes was on talent development. So the question here is, what is, you know, what effort is Siban putting in ensuring that, of course, we have a large number of youthful population. So what effort is Siban putting in to engage this youthful population and attract this talent pool into the industry?
Okay, so now there are 2 initiatives that I am running, and I'm launching one very soon. One of them is an initiative for our students community, right? We want to have this network of student blockchain clubs in different universities across Nigeria, and there we engage with them, you know, to learn about blockchain technology, educate them, but most importantly is also give them access to mentorship.
Very key.
By the professionals and founders that are in the industry. All right? Because it's very important. Now, there is a community called Blockchain Teens Club. Right? I fund that community. The reason for that community is to even start at the secondary school level, to set up these blockchain clubs in secondary school, to begin to teach them about digital technology and blockchain technology from that young age. So by the time they are done with secondary school, they've already figured out this thing. When they get into the tertiary institutions, they are already building solutions or providing service for one company or the other, financially independent and contributors to economy. Then secondly is that we are building, this is the initiative I'm about to launch. That is for the Siban Gold Standard for Community Operations. What it means is that we want to bring a collection of blockchain communities in Nigeria and set a standard of operation for them to help them become more effective and efficient. And because, I mean, if Siban is going to push this agenda of awareness and education, skill acquisition trainings, it's got to be done with several partners. And the communities are a good starting point. And so we are going to be doing that in collaboration with blockchain communities across Nigeria, you know. So we would have to be part of the Siban ecosystem, and then we'll give you the standards of operation and help you to take off and, you know, carry out these trainings and education effectively. Thank you.
Awesome, beautiful, beautiful. So just moving on, do you have any final words? You know, just give us some aspire to perspire as we, you know, round up.
There was something I said in Lagos a month ago. If you are a blockchain practitioner, then you are a representative of a constituency. If you are in this room today and you are listening to me in this hall, you are a representative of a constituency. It doesn't matter at what level that you are at. Some of you may be at beginning level. Some of you came here out of curiosity. You want to find out. Some of you are already in the space. What it means is that as a representative of a constituency, you are to project the growth and the good of your constituency. So the question now is, what are you going to do from here? My charge to you is, see how you can become of benefit to the digital asset ecosystem. Are you going to come in as a service provider? Are you going to come in as an innovator? Are you going to come in as an operator or as a solution creator? Choose an aspect where you think that you can function effectively and begin to contribute there as a builder. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. You know, around this time, nice.
You could be over here embracing that love. More love.
I'm the representative for SEC.
God did. You either win with us or you watch us win. DJ Khaled. They want to stop. But look at us now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, jumping in straight. We're bringing up on stage the representative of the SEC, Miss Janet Ikaite. A round of applause for her. That person that clapped when it was 10 minutes, see me at the end of this. Please clap to when it's 5 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. And permit me to stand on the already established protocol. So we just want to say a few words to the event. We're excited to be here. We say thank you to Siban for inviting us here. We're happy to engage directly. I mean, giving us the avenue to engage directly with the newbies. Yes, I learned a new word today, newbies. So what the SEC has done, yeah, we've been engaging closely with the community. In fact, since 2017, most of the people here, they've been, if you've, you know, I'm sure most of them have engaged one way or the other with the commission. So the SEC, what we did was, first of all, to come up with engage the community. Far back as 2018, we came up with a statement, classification, stating that we are going to regulate this environment, this space, you know, the crypto space. As long as it is a security, we made some classification pronouncement that we were going to regulate this space. And before we came up with that statement, we engaged closely with the community. There was a blockchain virtual asset committee that worked with the commission to come up with this classification. Then moving forward, you know, with that, we set up an innovation office, which was specifically for innovators and fintech innovators to engage directly with the regulator. The office opened open 8 to 4. You know, you could reach us online, walk in physically to engage with the commissioner. What was the office? What was the aim of the office? To understand what the innovators, what the fintech, you know, what is going on in the fintech space. So with that engagement, we got to understand that so many activities, so many innovation, you know, was going on in our space. And so we were able to come up with, okay, how do we bring these people, you know, the fintechs, the innovators under regulation? So the commission came up with what is called regulatory incubation, which is a temporary framework that enables us handhold fintech, handhold innovators, and walk them through the regulatory perimeter of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Just last year, May, particularly in the blockchain space, we came up with the digital asset regulation, rules on digital assets. And with these rules, we came up with, you know, 3 specifically registrable functions that you could you know, register with the commission. However, engaging with the community, we noticed that, oh, okay, that there were still some things that needed to be put in place. So currently the rules are not operational. However, there is an interim measure that the commission has put in place to accommodate fintech innovation. If you recall, in April this year, we launched the regulatory incubation, and the first cohort was we called for admission into the first cohort. And the good news is that the business model reviewed, well, basically, in fact, for the first cohort, we considered blockchain-based DLT business models. And I'm happy to say that we have reviewed a number of it, and in fact, I will say that approval has been given. Yes, the MC talked about real estate tokenization. And I would say that one of the models that we have approved is actually a business case for real estate tokenization. So the regulator is engaging closely. We know what is going on there, and then we are putting in place, yes, regulatory, our mandate is to put in the enabling environment. And that is what the Commission has done, putting in the conducive regulatory environment for innovation to thrive. We encourage innovation. We encourage fintech through the Fintech Innovation Office to, you know, engage. We encourage that while you're even thinking of your innovation, run the idea across, you know, with us, because it will be fair for you to put in a lot of investment, build your innovation, and at the end of the day, regulator comes and say, oh, stop work. So we encourage that at the early stage, come to the innovator. And if you're even afraid to go to the innovator, we have professionals in the market. We have solicitors, and investment advisors. We encourage, go to them, speak to them, collaborate. And we're happy that Siban has given us, yes, this opportunity. Then talking in terms of anti-money laundering, that's, you know, anti-money laundering and travel rules. I will let my colleagues speak more on it, what we have done in that space, because I know that the anti-money laundering law has been put, the government have put in place so many things for you guys. So please, my colleague, Mrs. Sefia Ahmed, will just say a few words on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Janet. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Safia Ahmed Yabo. I'm the head of anti-money laundering, countering the financing of terrorism and proliferation financing in the Nigerian capital market. I would like to seize this opportunity to commend the organizers of this program. Sensitization and capacity building is one of issues that really is important in anything we do in life. It's very important for you to understand what you are doing, what you need to do, and how to do it. So the reason why you've seen a lot of us here from the SEC team is all of us are in that community, that fintech community, from different aspects, from the prudential aspect and from the AML-CFT. We were laughing because we had some of the panel discussants saying that, oh, they have done A, B, C, D, and this government is not interested. Government is really interested. That is why we are here. The SEC is the apex regulatory body of the Nigerian capital market, and we represent government interests in here. We have a mandate, dual mandate, market development and investor protection. That is why we don't just jump into things without understanding. Regarding this digital space, we have already conducted risk assessment, and that was done at the national level with a lot of key stakeholders from your own industry. And based on the inherent risks we have seen, we came up with the regulations. The regulations were exposed, and based on the comments that were added, we now finalize it. The sector-specific regulations has this travel rule that requires originator and the beneficiary information. I might not really understand, you know, the nitty-gritty of the operations, but I know that, yes, I understand the requirements and what we need to do to ensure that you have a market that is safe for all the players. We have a mandate and we have a requirement for the service providers, the product and the operators. And we're willing to continuously engage and work together with the players so that we can build this nation and we can move our nation forward. But what is important is the protection. We have to be alive. From the MSCFT angle she mentioned, we need to be alive before we can do business. We don't want terrorism or any terrorist groups or money laundering issues to be, we don't want the market to be used in injecting illegal funds into the system. It's all about safety of lives and property. But we're happy to continue engaging, and our doors are always open. Like she rightly mentioned, the regulatory incubation has been operating, and from the AMSCFT aspect, we've been working together with the players, and we're willing to work more and more with everyone. Thank you very much, and congratulations once again.
Thank you very much. See, ladies and gentlemen, you have made it to the last session of today's event. I want us to stand up and stretch, but if I do that, somebody may just start sleeping. Some people might faint. Don't worry. The last game will include everybody. And for my accurate timekeepers, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I see you there. We're bringing up on stage the last panel session. 10 times. See, once the moderator starts speaking, 10 minutes. You have to remind them about clap. Well, we will be discussing the innovation. Oh, the panel discussion will be on innovation and regulation. What's next? For our panelists, we would like to bring up on stage Akintoye Adeyemi. Can you please come up? A round of applause for him. Akintoye, where are you, please? Wave your hand. Wave your hand, make them see you. Wave, fine boy. Come outside and sit down. We're bringing up on stage Olaleye Oladimeji. Is he here? Wave your hand, Olaleye Dimeji. Bank. Yes, wave your hand. Let them see you. Engineer Dr. Chidi Diugu. Engineer Dr. Chidi, where are you? Wave your hand. He's nowhere to be found. Mr. Lucky Uwakwe, are you here? Not here too. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, moderating this session is Mr. Olayinka Omoniyi, a.k.a. Onions Man. Please, a round of applause for him. He will make you cry. Please don't make us 10 minutes. Remember, once he starts speaking, time him 10 minutes. Our accurate timekeepers are watching you. Please have a wonderful presentation.
Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure anchoring this session right now with my co-panelist. So let's get right to the crust of the matter. There's no need for introduction. It's been done already. So to the very first question, that's like the burden. How can balance be gotten through with innovation and having good compliance and regulation? How can we find a balance? By having good regulation and also by ensuring those regulations do not strangle innovation.
Okay. Let me quickly go first. So get me here. Achieving balance is actually key to any and really everything in life. However, I have this perception of balance that might be a bit skewed from everyone else's. And that perception is this: innovation has to move beyond regulation at every point in time. That's kind of like how it's always been, because there's this popular belief that the persons whose salary is being paid from an existing system does not want that system to change. So that's why innovation has to always be 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of regulation. However, where I have a problem with is that our current system does not allow for regulation to closely follow with innovation. So where you have, where innovation is supposed to be 2 steps ahead of regulation, you now have it being 10, 20, 40 steps ahead of regulation, which is now where there is a problem, because of course you have nefarious activities happening in the space where it basically becomes the Wild West.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So, yeah.
Let me cut in there. So basically, you're saying, is it that our regulations are not flexible enough to accommodate for this rapid pace of innovation?
So I won't say they are not flexible enough. I would say they are not as close as they are meant to be. Like, it's meant to be more of a closed loop system, where as innovation is moving, you have regulation moving also. However, that's not the case as of right now. You find that innovation moves and goes so far, and then regulation has to play catch up like 3 or 4 or 5 times before it gets in touch, which shouldn't be, because the people and the things that it's meant to protect, it doesn't protect them.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mr. Leye, I would love to get your opinion.
Okay, thank you very much. So I would say there is a lot to be done when it comes to balancing the collaboration between innovation and regulation. So primarily, I would say, let's be honest, right? The best approach that we can probably have is having a collaborative approach between regulators and the innovators themselves. And rightfully, I mean, we have programs such as sandboxes, and in a situation where we have the regulators probably having little knowledge about maybe a new technology, which with blockchain, I mean, that's a common thing, because we do understand the complexity of the technology and how it can get. So sandbox programs are meant to be things that could help probably the regulators, for example, understand how this probably a new product in the market, probably maybe when NFTs became the new wave, then
Okay, for follow up on what you're just saying, like, we know there's blockchain, and we know there's NFTs and other synthetic assets that come as a result of this technology. So, like, how are regulation in Nigeria responding to such kind of pace of innovation happening in that space?
So I would say at this point, we're still playing catch up. I'll be honest, especially when it comes to NFTs right now. What we lack right now at this point, I would say it's more of implementation. Now, it's more around the regulators themselves working hand in hand, right? I was really glad when I heard the representative from the SEC, tell us more about the rules which they are put in place. But as we know in the industry right now, the issue primarily was implementation, right? And that basically stemmed from the CBN, their own approach to also jointly working hand in hand to actually implement this, which was quite a challenge, right? But I would say primarily what's needed primarily from my own approach, which I believe the collaborative approach is what can work, is the stakeholders, the innovators, coming together with the regulators to actually develop standards that work. That's very important, because you can't regulate effectively if the stakeholders do not accept it. You just stifle innovation and people will move elsewhere to go and,
Okay, follow up on that. It comes out to both of you. Now, compared to Europe, for example, that have MiCA rule, right, which is a rule, is more like a standard for digital assets over there in Europe. And then we have that of Australia that was rejected, I think, a few days back, their cryptocurrency regulation. So compared to other countries and continents, how is Nigeria doing to catch up? Because the truth is, if we don't catch up, we'll get left behind and we'll become consumers, as we've been on various products. So how is regulation in Nigeria becoming a standard?
Okay, so in Nigeria specifically, I think the regulators have started like opening up, especially in companies where I work. I see effects of, like the SSC spokesperson said, of that collaboration happening. However, the only criticism I'll have to that effect is that it's almost like there isn't one, the government isn't coming as one, so to say. So you have to negotiate or interact with different bodies of government at different levels. So you can have the SEC and even NIT that say one thing, and then CBN says another thing, which is a very huge problem. So we're seeing the willingness there to help, to support, to grow the innovation, but we're also seeing some form of pushback at the same time, which is just kind of like counterproductive.
I think I should rephrase. Okay, based on with all these pushbacks and shortcomings in Africa, right? Is Nigeria even setting standard for how regulation of digital assets and blockchain in itself use case could be set, and if you compare that with what is achievable outside of African continent?
Yeah, so I would say that Europe is still the standard as of right now, just because, like I said, they have a coherent bill and law in place. I feel like, and I want to strongly believe that Nigeria is the one that is going to set that precedent in Africa. However, we are just not there yet. Like I just previously mentioned, we have the SEC, we have a bunch of government institutions that are getting us there, but we're also having other government institutions that are kind of holding us back. So until we see that full force of the Nigerian government coming in as a whole, hopefully we get there, and hopefully we can set the bar for this precedent, especially because we are the country with the most adoption in the whole of Africa.
Okay.
I think I will agree with what he said to an extent. I think the primary issue is the fragmented approach from the various regulators, right? Having more of a united front would actually help have a more compound, or I would rather, for lack of a better word, I would rather say more of a compound regulation where everyone can easily refer to, right? And there's that regulatory clarity. That is quite essential. Regulatory clarity is really much needed. Then additionally, I would also say there are still quite a number of things to look at, such as NFTs right now. Those are unregulated right now. We don't even know the approach to it. Are they properties, commodities? What classifications are you giving to it? Looking at stablecoin issuance, these are things most of the regulations, global regulations are already looking at addressing. Then beyond that, there also, the primary focus of the present regulation is more around token issuance. So beyond that, we need more standards. And I'll be honest, right? You need to understand the industry is willing, and that can be seen from the self-regulatory approach that's been taken. Most exchanges, most blockchain service providers are already self-regulating. They try to put in place various measures, especially KYC and AML, just so the bad actors don't get to use their platform. So there's that willingness that we can see already. So it's up for the regulators to say, okay, let's come together, let's develop something that can work, right? And we're already seeing that with the national blockchain policy, which we hope they will follow through on.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Just the final round of questions that's more like your feedback before we close the session. Looking at regulation, compliance, right, and innovation, what is necessarily the way forward, right, from an innovator's perspective and also from a regulatory body's perspective?
Okay, so from an innovator's perspective, right, I think like my co-panelist has rightfully said, this fragmented approach really, we need to outgrow it, because like I said, it creates a bit of confusion and friction, because you have this half of regulatory bodies that are pushing it and want to see growth, want to see innovation, want to be able to set standards and then tax the system to be able to benefit from it. And then you have this other set of regulators that are just giving huge pushbacks, maybe because they are not really open to it at the moment, or just creating some form of friction. So the way to move forward with that is to resolve that issue of fragmentation and become whole, become one, have just one policy or just one law or just one bill or just one body that helps us through this phase and can like I feel like we on the innovator side, we're already doing a lot when it comes to self-regulation. So we can bolster that by having regulatory bodies come in, standardize the process, and then just move forward from there. So it's
okay. Mr. Leye, just a few words before we close.
Yeah, so I would say there's a whole lot to look out for, and in the coming months and years, I would expect to see more regulatory clarity, I would expect to see more regulatory supervision when it comes to cybersecurity and developing those standards, because acts are the biggest issues right now. It's one of the biggest issues right now in the space. I mean, recently Stake.com was just act for about $41 million just a few days ago, right? And those are just key things to look at. And beyond that, development of more interoperable standards. I expect to see more of that, and use of AI more in blockchain analytics and the likes to just improve the process generally and have a safer space. So that's really the goal, and hopefully with this, the regulators will be able to achieve investor protection, which is really their major mandate from what they're trying to do in the industry. And we all can live together as one happy family and help the country.
Thank you very much. Eventually, we all want to see Nigeria.
Thank you, DJ. Please stay for the photograph. One more. Yes, we are done. Jesus, it's been a long day. According to my time, it's just 2 p.m. 2:30 Shifelu. Ladies and gentlemen, we are down to the last one for today. And the final giveaway is for 10,000 naira. Now, if I say we should bring out 5 people on stage, this place will be filled up. So it's very simple. I will ask a question. If you get the right answer, you are just going to come outside. Who? Oh, we'll do females tomorrow. We'll start with females tomorrow, please. This one is a general one. So, if you answer a question, just if you know the answer, just raise up your hand. If you get the answer correct, that qualifies you to come out on stage. We are just looking for 5 people, so we are asking just 5 questions. Are we ready? First question: what is the name of the first representative of SEC that came out? What's her name? If you can just mention one of her name, you come outside. First hand.
Then go use them drink gari. You know also for the bread.
Mrs. Janet.
Go outside. Thank you very much. Round of applause for her. One.
Make you know use my name just
second question. I need somebody to give us 2 names of any of the panelists for today. First hand is up.
Maybe you never.
I mean, just raise hand.
You go know. Oh, you don't know. Now you go know.
I saw a hand.
I know that of the president.
Was he a panelist?
I know of Deji and Priye.
Deji came out when?
The first time.
What did he come out for?
He came out
He says what I'm asking. He says who?
Deji and Mr. Priye.
DJ Mr. Priye, go outside. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next question. I need to sign this so I can see who raised their hands up first. Next question is, what is the name of the media house covering this event? Come outside. Just come outside. Just come outside like that. A round of applause for him. 3. We are going to do the scavenger hunt too. That's what we're going to use to finalize for today. You did not run away that time, but I run away this time. What is the full meaning of SEC? Yeah. Sorry? Security Exchange Commission come out. Come up first. No worry. 3. Last question. Okay, you don't know. Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, you too. So I'm sorry. No, but they did. There was a time somebody wanted to come out and we asked them to go. Yes, but you participated. I'm sorry. See, tomorrow everybody can participate again. I'm sorry. 2 of you, yes, you and you too. I'm sorry. Please no vex. A round of applause for them. Please, everybody needs to have a chance to win. I beg. It's a vex, so this geography boy. All right, next question. Who is the creator of Bitcoin? No, this guy will carry. When I tell him the answer, yes. Satoshi Makanaki. Okay, come outside. Thank you very much. Next question. What is the full meaning of Nitda? I saw one hand. Yes, that guy. Yeah? I know you. So is it correct? Now wait there. Is it correct? It's correct. Come outside. Your people say correct. 4. Last one. Please be a girl. So I just balance. Biko. Only girls. Are you ready? Girls, are you ready? What is the name of the second representative for SEC that came out?
Don't make me move that way.
No, you have no. Better find somebody and tell somebody. You want to try? Okay.
So I say, let me find me.
DJ, eh?
Mr. Chukwuemeka.
No, the second representative of the SEC. This mommy on yellow dress here.
Mrs. Sefia.
Mrs. Sefia. Mommy, is that correct? Please come outside. You can run. You run for 10K today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have our representatives. Can I have the mic? Thank you very much. You know the rules. You just go inside there. What I tell you to bring, you bring it out. If your socks is going to make you run, not run fast, take it off. If you have friends, look at them. Let them start getting what they need. This is the last prize for today, 10,000 naira. First, I want you to go into the audience and please come back with a new 1,000 naira note. Let's go. Go into the audience. If you hold a man, no concern me. New one. The last to come is out. Last to come is out. Last to come is out. Come here. 1, 2. Last 2. 3. Last one. Oh, just a go, Chama. I'm sorry. Let me see your money. Let me see your money. New. Now you go house back. I'm sorry, say new. Hey, yeah, a round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see your hand. This one I new. You should say. You should say I new. Get. Ha. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember when I collect some money from? If you don't forget, if you just see me here, just give me, I'll hold it for you. All right, second outing. Are you ready? Remember, you have to go, drop your 1,000 naira and pick this next one, okay? Let me do what is it. This guy, are you in geography department? Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to go into the audience and please come back with one white shoe. Canvas, anyone, shoe, white. I don't want mixed color. I don't want mixed color, white. I don't want mixed color.
Anything I do it at the
hey, just a go.
Don't be stingy, man. Give to the poor.
I'm sorry, you're waiting. Okay, yeah. Is this your concern? Sorry, yeah. All right, you are taking that white shoe back and you are coming back on this stage with an iPhone 14. Return the shoe, collect iPhone 14. Simple. Nobody can. Hey. Our heaven is here. Stay here, one.
My photo on training, I don't know. I'm not perfect.
2, yeah. Wait. Just be looking. Wait. Bring it. It's not my camera at the back. Wait, bring it.
This blessing's more than enough.
I forgot they get 2 camera. How we go take note? Who be you get this one? We should open the back. Wait, this one not get dynamic islands. Not be 14. Wait, that's not dynamic island. It's not dynamic anything. It's not dynamic, I telling me. Be looking for your own. Just be looking for your 14. Be looking for your 14. Let me see. This island is not dynamic, oh. Be looking for that 14. Nobody got 14 for this NAF conference center. Come back. Three of you come back. Come back. So no iPhone 14. A whole NAF conference center. Tomorrow, it was a day house. Come back. Let's go for the last round. Second to the last round, sorry. Now God save this girl. She don't just finish you. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, since we could not find an iPhone 14, let's make it more general. I want you to go into the audience and please come back. What thing go one day now? 30. No. I want to go into the audience and please come back with a car key. Any car key. Just come with car key. One. Only one person bring car for SCC. Only one person bring car. Two. This one, no. She came first. She gave me first. Sorry.
I swear I no good done. I no good done. I swear I no good done.
All right. Fine now. Wait, I don't even look safe. And the car look like something I go like. Man, not to listen number. No worry. Last one. Let me just give you hints. This is where you should go to. That's the only hint I will give you. You hear me? That's the only hint I will give you. I want you to go into the audience. And please come back with a touchlight phone. No, the one where they talk of now. Touch the one where be. Let's go! Person we don't reach yet. Person we sit down where? Who is the life for? This is one life for. Sit down where for where? Come, Jared, go. Let me see your phone. On the touchlight. Jesus. So I say keep going. You try. Sorry. A round of applause for our winner, ladies and gentlemen. The final winner for today. Please, what's your name?
My name is Jane.
Jane. Look at this boy. Gerald, raise your hand. Gerald. Wave your hand, please. Please, meeting for your finance. Thank you, winner Jane. Ladies and gentlemen, there's more to come tomorrow. Yeah. Final announcements. Please, tomorrow's event starts at 9 a.m. Today started at 11. That's why we're not able to finish. Please come on time tomorrow so we can all round up. It's been an awesome evening with you. We'll see you tomorrow. DJ, please take it away. General, do you have anything to say? Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Wait, the commercial is